Hey, what's up, DIYers? Mike Bors with the Mike Bors channel. Thank you for watching. We're working on our Chrysler Pacifica today, and unfortunately, we've got a check engine light that is turned on. We are going to hook up the OBD scanner, read the onboard computer fault codes, and see what we've got. Let's get started. We've made our way to our 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. Let's continue the project. All right, DIYers, we are inside the vehicle, and as you can see right there, there's the check engine light. It is illuminated, unfortunately, and as far as our mileage, 89,113 miles. And in the event that you are within that same ballpark of mileage, chances are getting a check engine light for the first time is normal and common. However, we are going to grab our OBD2 scanner and hook it up to the vehicle and test the code or fault code and figure out why exactly that check engine light is being triggered and illuminating. Next, what I did was turn the engine off, and I grabbed our OBD2 scanner. This is the Bosch brand, and DIYers, down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this. This is awesome. I can't tell you how many times this has come into play and helped us during our DIY repair videos over the years. However, coming down closer, let's take a look at the actual OBD connection port. As you see, the shape of it and the cable coming up and under to our actual port installed in the vehicle. We are going to align this properly, come up and secure it, and get it in there firmly, and that will actually automatically turn on our OBD scanner. As you see, let's take a closer view, and we are going to perform a vehicle diagnostic, and I'm going to select enter, and we are going to select the auto ID, enter, and please turn the key off for 10 seconds, then turn the key on. Press enter to continue. Coming back up top and down to the ignition or engine start stop, we are going to select it once, and in 5 seconds we are going to select it again, because coming up top right now, although it turns on our instrument cluster, it is not turned on the ignition. So now coming back down, pushing it one more time, and as you see, ignition or accessory on. Coming back down to the OBD scanner, I'm going to select enter, and I'll hop in the vehicle to alleviate that beeping. Inside the vehicle, coming back down and selecting enter, and it is now communicating with the vehicle. Making progress, the IM or ignition monitor tests are complete. Press enter to continue. And we now have our quick test results, OBD2 4 codes, and select enter. And the first one is P0456. Let's take a closer view of it. Evaporative emission system leak detected. Very small leak. That is the first of 4 and confirmed. Taking a step back and selecting the down arrow to view the second code. And as you can see, P0732. And that is gear 2 incorrect ratio and confirmed. And we will look these up as we go. And selecting the down arrow for fault code number 3. P0732, same thing, gear 2 incorrect ratio. And the fourth one, as you can see, same thing, P0732, gear 2 incorrect ratio. And DIYers, what you can do now if you do not have an OBD scanner is I recommend turning the ignition off and opening up the hood and gaining access to your engine where your battery is. And in our case, we have a main primary battery, which is the larger battery. However, we also have a small jet ski or motorcycle size battery that is our auxiliary battery. We're not going to pay any attention to that, and what I recommend doing is carefully disconnecting the black negative cable from your battery and leaving disconnected for 5 minutes. And believe it or not, that may actually reset your error codes and turn off your check engine light. However, in our case, since we do have the scanner, we are just going to reset the codes by use of this scanner. And we are going to select back and erase codes by selecting the down arrow just once and enter. Are you sure you want to erase diagnostic results and codes? I will select over and highlight yes and enter. Turn the key on with engine off, which it already is. Press enter. It is now communicating with the vehicle and erasing those codes. As you can see, erase codes. Command set, codes remaining 1, press enter to continue. Read code. And we are left with only one of the same P0732, and that is permanent as it says. We are going to select back, and I will erase it one more time just to see if it helps. And at this point, it is not allowing me to erase that final code. We are going to disconnect the OBD scanner, start the engine, and see if the check engine light is still on. Back up top, I'm pushing in on the brake pedal, and I'm going to push the engine start stop and start the engine. As of this point, I'm taking my foot off the brake pedal and I will just patiently wait to see if the check engine light comes back on. And again, mileage 89,113 miles. And I'm going to let the engine run for 5 minutes. And if the check engine light stays off, cool, but that's not the end of our test. We are going to test drive the vehicle for about 20 miles and see if it turns back on. However, in the meantime, scrolling above right now, as well as down below in the comments and description, we'll cover those codes that we just pulled up on our OBD scanner. We'll be right back with you. We're back with you with a 5-minute update, and the check engine light has stayed off. It has not re-triggered or re-illuminated and turned on. However, again, that's not the end of our test. We are going to test drive the vehicle and probably drive it for a minimum of 10 miles. Or if we just spend the next couple hours out and about, chances are we'll put well over 20 miles on it, and we will give you an update at that point. Alright, DLRs, hey, a quick break in the action, and we did exactly that. We took it for a test drive, and over the next few days, the check engine light never came back. However, scrolling above right now, as well as down below in the comments and description, is a link to a video that shows us performing a reset procedure on the transmission itself, and basically reconfiguring it to alleviate that P0732 error code, which again was tied to the transmission and the gear-to ratio. And in addition, after we completed that reset procedure, we hooked our OBD scanner back up to the port and read the error codes, both ABS and engine codes, and 0 codes came up. So DIYers, if you've got the P0732 code, definitely check that out. However, if you've got the P0456 error code, we will have several video links down below in the comments and description that discuss that error code. And included in those videos will be reset procedures, reasons behind the error code and why it triggers, how important it is, or in other words, should you stress out about it, and the exact part that needs to be replaced. And again, after resetting the transmission, as well as replacing the purge valve, the check engine light has never come back on. DIYers, we hope this helps. Definitely check those links out and let us know if you have any questions.